Stop being a one-trick pony. These are the 4 deal structures that are going to skyrocket your revenue. Check it out. This is your host and real estate coach, Rafael Cortez. You are listening to the REI Wholesaling Podcast, where every week I bring you the real-life case studies and strategies you need to level up your real estate wholesaling business. If you haven't done so yet, go to reiwholesaling.com. Again, that's reiwholesaling.com. Sign up and get free access to your Wholesaling 101 course. This free training teaches you step by step everything you need to close your next wholesale deal and start making big money now. Fam, welcome back. Wholesaling 101. Let's talk about deal structures, all right? We can't be a one-trick pony anymore. We can't be doing just the wholesale offer because you're going to be leaving a lot of money on the table. I've talked about this briefly in other videos in the channel, but I wanted to dig in a little deeper just because I got a bunch of questions on this kind of stuff. So we have to become the problem solver for the sellers. We know that for a fact, right? We have to provide solutions for sellers. If we're just offering a wholesale offer in every single one of the conversations, and that's where the buck stops, we're leaving a lot of opportunity on the table. And more importantly, we're not providing enough solutions for the sellers that come to talk to us, right? What I'm going to break down for you right now is the 4 different structures that we use when we're presenting offers to sellers. Now, before I do that, I want to ask you to subscribe, like, and share. Let me know your thoughts. This is a two-way conversation, so drop your comments below and share the video with somebody who you think might benefit from listening to all this stuff. All right. With that being said, let's talk about deal structures. You can't be a one-trick pony like I mentioned before. You gotta have different ways of structuring deals and structuring solutions for the sellers. In my company, the deal structure, the type of deal that we're gonna be putting together for that seller highly depends on the percentage that we're able to negotiate, right? If you're providing a big solution, your revenue is going to be big. If you're providing a smaller solution, the revenue is going to be tighter and that sort of thing. At the end of the day, it comes down to being able to negotiate a discount for that property. And depending on those percentages, your deal structures need to be different, right? So the first one is going to be the wholesale offer, okay? That's an obvious one, right? So if we're able to negotiate the property at 70% of the retail value, minus repairs, minus our fee, we are in for a wholesale deal, okay? So it's not rocket science, it's a straight up wholesale offer. And the problem with that though is that that's where most wholesalers stop. If the seller is not willing to go for that deep discount, they deem it not to be a deal. They stop there, leaving a lot of money on the table, right? But here's the thing though. We have different options. If you have different tools in your tool belt, you can dig in and structure the deal in a way that works for the seller and also works for you, right? So for us, if the wholesale offer doesn't work, say that we're not able to negotiate the 70%, and it's gonna be too tight to sell, we don't wanna lock it up at a higher price point as a wholesale, depending on based on that conversation that we're having, because if you don't have a deep discount on it, you're not gonna be able to sell the property, right? And then you're gonna have to come back and then renegotiate with the seller and have these sour conversations through the process. Maybe they get pissed off, they cancel, you cancel, it becomes a mess. All right, so if we don't lock it right as a wholesale, we move on to the next strategy. For us, the next strategy is option. It's an option to buy, okay? So we tell them, hey, listen, Mr. Seller, we're not going to be the buyer for this. You're unfortunately asking more than what we can pay. We'd be able to pay a 70%, but you are at say that they're around 78%, right? So up to 78%, we structure as an option. We let them know, listen, we work with a lot of buyers. Maybe one of these buyers wants to come in and then pick it up at your price. What we would need is to set up an option to buy agreement, and so we push it out there and see if one of these people want to take it at your price point. We'd be adding a small fee. So option agreements are a lot smaller than regular wholesale deals, right? So you're talking a couple of $1,000s, maybe $5,000 markup, that sort of thing. So they're tighter, they're smaller. But it still gives you an opportunity, gives you a shot at being able to move that property and solve the problem for the seller. Now, the same range kind of works with novations for what we've seen on our side. So you can novate a property. If you get it at 78%, there's still some room in there to make a profit if you come in, partner up with the sellers, and flip the property, right? Put it on the market. Novation is a whole different beast. Right? But these are the first 2 deal structures that we work on. Now, if 78% is not working, say that they want more for their property, they're getting closer to that retail price point, we'll go up to 90% on creative financing. Okay, so that's a third structure. We go up to 90% on creative financing, meaning that there's gonna be some type of seller financing in place. We either do a wrap of the actual mortgage, and there's a very specific way of doing that kind of stuff, or we do a seller carry, or we can do a combination between a wrap and a seller carry if that's what the deal structure calls for, right? But if they're asking 90%, up to 90%, we'll go creative financing on that, okay? And I wrote creative. It's not creative, it's creative. You didn't see that happening, okay? So, see, I can't even write and I can do these deals. Like, these are easy. The last thing, of course, is gonna be a listing. If they want, full retail for their property, you either have, I own a brokerage, right? So we end up having a conversation about listing the property at a discount, and then one of my agents takes that. Or if you're an agent, you're a licensed agent, you can send a referral in to another agent to work it if you don't want to work that deal. But that conversation is still there. So what happens as you're going through the process of having these conversations with sellers, and then you're seeing that the 70% range doesn't work, the 78% range doesn't work, you move on to the next one, 90% range is not working quite well. Listen, all you can do is sell at 100%. You become that one-stop shop, right? Now you have 4 different ways of structuring deals in a way that you're gonna be able to profit from those deals. And these are all assignable except for the listing, right? The listing is gonna be a straight up commission if you're an agent. But these are assignable. You can assign an option. You can assign a creative financing deal. And you definitely can assign and get a profit on a wholesale deal like that. So these are the 4 main structures that we use. There's a lot of different creative ways of putting deals together in between those. But if you want to keep it simple, understand that you have at least 4 different ways to go about structuring your wholesale deal. I hope you liked the video. Drop the comments below. If you're interested in finding more about wholesaling, go to reiwholesaling.com. reiwholesaling.com, and let me know your thoughts, all right? Let's have a conversation. Two-way street here. Stay focused, you got this. Fam, thank you for listening. Every week I bring you the real, the raw, the mindset, the case studies, and the strategies you need to build your own successful real estate wholesaling business. So if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and don't miss out on real life experience and information that can make you millions. It's time to join the ranks of successful wholesalers and take advantage of one of the biggest opportunities that we have in our lifetime to generate wealth. So go to reiwholesaling.com. Head over to my website, again, that's reiwholesaling.com, and learn how to make big profits, make big money by finding, negotiating, and closing wholesale deals from your own backyard. You've heard the stories, seen the case studies, stop thinking about it, it's time to write your own. Again, head over to reiwholesaling.com, click on coaching program, book a discovery call, have a conversation with my team, and you might get an invitation to join hundreds of students throughout the country who are leveling up on a daily basis. The writing is on the wall. Hustle is a season. It's not a business strategy. Take action, start building a sustainable and scalable real estate wholesaling business, and join the coaching program today. I will catch you guys on the next one. Talk to you soon. Stay focused. You got this.